Hello, BB Coaching. I feel like it has been forever since I've gone live, and I'm excited to be here. And Daisy's here too, and I'm holding her because she's being naughty and eating everything on the floor. But yet, if I kick her out, she'll bark the whole time. So we don't know what to do with this thing. We just gotta love her. Okay, so I hope I'm not the only person in the world who's having the most Mondayest Monday ever. I generally love Monday because my kids are back in school. I can do my routine. I can do my workout. I can have my quiet time. And like this morning started great. And then, well, number one, it started great. Number one, I didn't feel like working out. I was just like really tired. I just wanted to just lay in bed and like listen to worship music all day. But I did it anyway, because it's just like one of those disciplines you have to do. And Daisy's terrorizing my office again. Daisy, come here. You guys. This puppy is gonna give me gray hairs. But then I felt like everything that could go wrong, hey Kristen, could go wrong. Things just like derailed me. I made this pretty little keynote for you for this month. Was going to record it today, upload it into Kajabi so that you can have and watch. Audio won't work. Don't know why. It's fine. I'm going to go live instead and teach you guys this way. And so anyways, I just felt like I needed to just like vent for just this hot second, about like, it's like the craziest, busiest time of my life. And yet nothing is working out right. It's fine. I'm here showing up for you guys, hoping that, you get something out of today. If you're here, feel free to say hello. Again, this was not supposed to be live. This was supposed to be like a very professional looking training, but you know what? You just gotta do what you gotta do. So if you are watching live, get out your notebook, get out something to write with, fancy pens. If you're watching the replay, you too, feel free to say hello. Definitely miss you guys. I had surgery and I'm like kind of self-conscious because it made my mouth not work right. So bear with me as I'm like for the first time trying to articulate and speak and get things out. Hey Melissa, hey Rafaela, I didn't say that right. We've gone through this before and I always butcher your name. Okay, so what's happening? Quarter 4 is officially here. October, November, December is the last 3 months of the year. Rafi, thank you. And then, so the way that I teach in coaching, every quarter there's a focus. And this is something that I've been teaching to my retreat girls. Let me grab this real quick. My handy dandy whiteboard. So business, to sum up business into 4 sections, goes a little something like this. If you're going to have business foundations, if you're going to run a photography business or any business, it really sums up to this little graphic here, business foundations. Again, I teach this in our, at our retreats. And, Daisy, I'm about to kick you out, girl. I teach this at our retreats. This is how I create lessons and training for coaching. And what we have been discussing over the last couple of quarters is marketing, branding. Before that was product and service. Marketing was quarter 2, branding was quarter 3. And this quarter 4, is growth, scaling. What does that even mean? It's like raising your prices. It's getting more bookings. It's getting more help. It's how do I take this side hustle and make it a full-time business? When is it time for me to quit my job and go full-time? that's what we're going to be talking about. Daisy, y'all, about to kick her out. All right, so here is the I can't write. Here is what business foundations look like. And here's the deal. If your business is not growing, if your business is quote unquote failing, if you feel like you're not making bookings, you're not raising your prices, you're not like, you feel like you're not growing, you feel like you're going to stay a side hustle forever, it's because one of these is not working. One of these sections, one of these pillars, whatever you want to think of it as, is broken. Okay, so I'm hoping this is not backwards. If it is, bear with me. Okay, so here's just like a very quick rundown of the elements that make up a successful business. We have branding, which is what we talked about last quarter. We have your product and service, which is your images, your client experience. We have marketing, which is what we talked about in quarter 2. How do you get your name out there? How do you show up? How do you use social media? How do you basically show up and share about your business to get more eyeballs on your business? That's all marketing is. And then scaling. It's a fancy word for growth. And then in the center of it all is self-development. And the center of it all is taking care of yourself, taking care of your health, time management, knowing your why, dreaming, setting goals, getting more education, going to workshops, getting around other like-minded people. That's why we host the retreats in the first place. And that is at the core of your business, is what you're doing to grow yourself. Because if you're unhealthy, if you're uneducated, if you are too stressed out, if you're staying up until 2 a.m. in the morning getting your work done, you cannot focus on the foundations, just the key elements to your business. So with each quarter, if you're brand new to coaching, or if you're just like, I never really understood how this worked, here's how it works. Each quarter we focus on one of the elements, and we hopefully give you some help, advice, resources, retreats to help with this self-development. Okay, so branding was last quarter. We still have all of those lessons up. All of the marketing lessons, all of the lessons are still there in the video training library. So go check them out. If you're just like, I didn't know what was there. You have a dashboard with all of your lessons, your trainings, not just from me, but other experts. And that's where we put all of the past monthly content in the video training library. Okay, so scaling is what we're talking about this month. And feel free, again, I'm pretty sure this is backwards. Y'all let me know the way that it's set up. Feel free to write this down. And here's the thing, if you're like, I know I'm struggling, but I don't know which part, break down each one of these of your business. Do you have a brand? Do you have a specific, like, what makes you different? That's all that is what makes you different than everybody else. If you look like, talk like, shoot like, edit like, give it the same client experience, if you speak like if you are doing that the same as everyone else, you don't have a brand. So if that's where you feel like you're messing up on, that's where you need to work on. Your product and service. Is your editing inconsistent? Is your product blurry? Do you need a photography 101 course to make sure your product is like spot on? Does your client experience suck? Like, what is your client experience? Like, what's the workflow from inquiry to developing and uploading the gallery? Like, what does that client experience look like? It should be a long list of things that you're doing. Same thing with marketing. How are you showing up in your business? How is your business getting in front of all the eyeballs that it needs to get in front of? One of these elements is sucking if you're not growing. And your job is to really dissect your business and figure out which one that is. Okay? In quarter 4, we're going to be focusing on scaling. How to raise your price. Come see, Daisy. You about to drive me cray cray. I was trying to see if something I can give her to chew on. I don't see anything worth getting rid of. So this quarter, we're talking about scaling. And again, I don't have my fancy keynote, but I'm just gonna have you bear with me here. One of the things that I want to talk to you about today is raising your prices, and that's going to be in just a second. But first and foremost, I want you to use this tool, and I'm calling it a tool. It's not a strategy, it's a tool. Use this tool that our customers has gladly asked for to give yourself a business boost. So, and feel free to comment, heart, share, like, yes, it's me. If you feel like your business is in a rut and there has been no growth, there has been no movement, there has been no raising of prices, there has been no new inquiries in a really long time. If that's you, this is the tool that I want you to implement right now, because this is the time to implement this tool. The tool that our customers are begging us for is mini sessions. And y'all, I am sure if you've been around for the last 2.5 years, you are so sick and tired of me talking about mini sessions. But let me just give you a quick little story. 5 years ago, this week, I posted on Facebook, now booking mini sessions. My goal was to get 5 people, 5 families, to convince them to give me money. It was $75 at the time. I was asking $75 for a 20-minute session, and I gave them like a crap ton of photos. I don't even remember how many photos I told them I was going to give them. But before that, I was freaking out internally, had super high anxiety, had major imposter syndrome, thought the scariest thing to do in the entire world was to be open and vulnerable enough to tell my community what I've been secretly dreaming about, what I've been secretly thinking about, what I've been secretly researching. Because the moment I do that, the moment I am opening up myself to failure, to criticism, to being made fun of, to all these little mean girl voices that I made up that aren't even actually true, because I'm not that popular for people to even talk about me. So that was the thing that I had to do to start and use this tool of mini sessions to boost my non-existent business. Fall season is the busiest time of year for photographers. So if you have yet to launch your business, if you have yet to go all in, if you have yet to go from part-time, side hustling, pay as you can photographer to full-time, booked out, can't take a break, busy every weekend, making thousands of dollars, if you're ready to go there, then I highly encourage you to use mini sessions. Okay, so that is mini sessions. Doing mini sessions is the number one tip I want to give you right now in this season of what we're focusing on is growing your business and scaling. You can't grow a business if you don't have one. You can't scale and raise your prices if you didn't start anywhere. How are you supposed to be here if you're not willing to be here? So that's my number one tip for you. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is raising your prices, but not right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the 5 first things to do when you are launching your business for the first time or relaunching your business to help with growth. Okay, so 5 tips to use this tool to make it happen. Number 1 is to get out of your head and go. You have to take courage. Like, you have to do it anyway, in spite of the fear, anxiety, voices that you're telling yourself. Taking action is the only way you can get here. It's not by researching, thinking, just waiting, like, dare I say, like, I'm just gonna keep praying about it. Like, no, like, you know in your soul, if photography was placed as a calling, as something that, like, you feel in the depths of your soul that the Lord is calling you to do. Like, you already know this because you can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop YouTubing it. You can't stop looking at it. You can't stop looking at other photographers and being like, man, that would be really nice. Like, if that's what you're going through right now, then it's time to do. It's time to take action. You have to stop telling yourself lies, getting in your head. It's time to go. Take action. Do something. I don't know if y'all have been following me, but don't you even. Over about a couple days before the summer retreat, I went shopping to get some clothes for the retreat. Some new outfits, some teaching outfits, some stuff like this. Like, I wanted to be comfortable. I'm moving around. I'm taking photos and headshots of all the girls. We're going to be inside, outside. I'm going to be using my hands. I'm going to be showing reflector stuff. Like, I needed something cute, comfortable, classic, professional. I go around to my local boutiques. I like went straight to the girls, like, hey, I need something like cute, comfortable, classic, professional, something I can move around in. And they literally was like, oh, I'm gonna have to find something. Like, they didn't have anything, just simple move. Like, every single thing was tight, short, revealing, low cut, back cut, side cuts, all the cuts. And I literally walked out, number one, feeling obese because I was like a, 4XL large when I'm like, I just lost 30 pounds. Like, how do y'all have nothing that fits me? Like, I walked out feeling less than, aggravated that I couldn't find something that was just like modest. And I came home and I told Thomas, I was like, somebody needs to start a boutique for photographers, for professionals, for people who don't want to look like a 14-year-old hooker, for people who just don't want to fit in with the trend. They just need something nice to wear, something comfy, something chic. And I literally at that point heard the Lord say, do it. And I'm getting off track here, but I need you to understand this. From that moment, I could not shake the do it voice in my head. Because here's something that y'all probably know already. I am no fashionista. I have no background in retail. I don't know, like, all I know as far as like what looks good is what I tell my clients. What colors look good, what cuts look good, my skinny tricks. Like, I know the flutter sleeve. I know these things. I am no like stylist, boutique fashionista, but I could not shake that feeling. I would go to church and I would worship and like I would have tears in my face because it's like, I know that like I'm not enough to run this business, but He is. Like, I'm not smart enough to run this business, but He is. Like, I'm not talented enough. Like, I'm not cute enough, smart enough, wise enough. Like, and I have no business in doing this. But if you have a calling on your heart, if photography is something that keeps tugging at you and you can't stop thinking about it, here's the deal. You have to get out of your own head and you have to do it. I literally had this feeling about 4 weeks ago. And if I knew that if I didn't just rip the Band-Aid and do it, it wouldn't have gotten done. So I did this, literally the worst opportunity ever, because that was, it's when I like start businesses, apparently, is when it's like the worst opportunity ever, which I'm sure is a lesson in another day. But 5 tips to make this boost, this business boost, this like thing to happen is to do it and get out of your own head and go. Post on Facebook, launch and publish your Facebook page, like share that you're now booking mini sessions, like do it. Okay. I'm not going to keep going. I just need y'all to know that I'm right here with you, feeling the insecurities, feeling the less than, feeling the like, what if I'm here, right? I'm with you. And I'm hoping I'm being an example by just doing it, even though I have no right, no right to be doing it. But it's a calling on my heart, and I feel like it needs to happen, and that's just where I'm going. All right, step 2 to make this fall season, this Q4, a big boost into 2022, which is so crazy that I'm even saying 2022 because I'm still feeling stuck in 2020. The second thing that you need to do once you're like done with this, like I shouldn't, but she's better. Like, we don't need an extra photographer in my community. Like, once you're done with that and you're like, okay, I'm going to just do this. Then you need to set up a mock shoot. Set one up. Set up a mock shoot. Like, that's the only way you're going to get a product. That's the only way you can explain a service is if you do it. Okay? So, set up a mock shoot, a free shoot. Reach out to your local principal, your local pastor, your local grocery store owner, somebody that people know, and say, hey, I would love to give you guys a free shoot. I'm building a brand and I feel like you guys would be the perfect fit for that. Would you be interested in coming to a free shoot and letting me shoot you guys? Setting up this free shoot is vital. If you're launching your business for the first time, or if you're needing to relaunch your business, let's just say you've been out for a while. Let's just say that like you had a crazy season, you had a surgery, you had a baby, you were going through some like mental illness and you just needed a break, and like you just, whatever it is, y'all, we all got it. We all got the stuff. And you're coming back and you're needing to relaunch your business, then reach out to somebody and give away a free shoot. Create that product. Create that service, that client experience that you can show via video. So not only are you going to do this, you're going to bring your husband, you bring your best friend, bring your business bestie along with you at this shoot to take photos, to take videos, to take boomerangs of you doing and you serving your clients. Okay? Because you have to show your community what you offer and what you give. Okay? So, number 1, get out of your own head. Number 2, set up a free shoot. Bring somebody to video you. Edit those pictures as beautifully as possible. Number 3, please, for the love of all that is holy, do not theme these sessions. Do not theme these sessions. Do not relaunch your business with watermelon minis. Do not relaunch your business with spooky, scary spider minis, okay? Why? You need these images to cater and to be attractive to everyone. Not just the mom who wants a spooky Spidey picture of their baby in their costume. Not just the mom who wants to put the watermelon with the baby. Like, no, you need to be attractive to those who are going in their maternity, who wants maternity pictures. You need to be attractive to seniors. You need to be attractive to families. You need to be attractive to couples. So if you have a general now booking mini sessions and have a beautiful scene behind you, which is, if you live in the mountains, like find a mountainscape. If you live in the desert, find a beautiful cactus thing. Like if you live in the swamps, find a beautiful open field with some oak trees. Like find a beautiful location. That's going to be the hardest part. Finding a beautiful location and saying now booking and showing that free shoot that you did. Okay, do not theme these because you want to attract everyone. Okay, we're relaunching our business. We're starting our business right now. We're not niching down to something. That's not what we need to do right now. We're not niching down. We're appealing to everyone. Okay, so, and the reason why is so that you can attract maternity, seniors, couples. This is like marker. It's fine. And couples. All right. Now, once you have your free shoot, not themed, you have your helper that's taken behind the scenes, sharing behind the scene photos and videos that are doing all that. You have your product. Now it's time to share the process. Share with your community what you're doing. The ugly, the beautiful, the creative, the business, the like all of it. Show them that you're planning. Show them the different locations that you're looking for. Like, do a poll. Hey guys, would you rather this location or this location? Would you rather this background or this background? Like, ask your people, like, get them involved in the process. This is how you launch a business. You get your people involved in the creation, and they will forever be interested in following you. And whenever somebody follows you, they get to know you. And when people get to know you, they then like you. And then if people know you and like you, guess what? They then trust you to book with you. The only reason why I've had 47 orders in the last 2 days is because I've been sharing the process of what I've been doing. Like me shopping, me picking out packages, me like working on my computer, dropping nuggets. Something's coming, something's coming, something's coming. Making a reel of me doing all of these things, setting up the shoot. Because people saw the process, and then they started following me, and they started seeing the product that I was getting, and they started seeing how I was servicing my clients through wrapping the packages together. That is why people trusted me enough, even though the website is a show and everything is very much kind of like haphazardly thrown together, is because they trust me. You have to show the process. If you don't show the process, they're going to think you're a scam. They're going to think you don't know what you're doing. They're going to think that you just like have a mom camera and just going to show up and like take their money. Show the process. So that is the planning. That is the shooting. That's the behind the scenes. That is the client experience of you writing the notes to people, of you getting feedback. Baby girl, you about to get sent over to one of these people who want a little puppy. Show the process. So I'm going to go over the first 4 that I talked about, and then I'm going to talk about the last one, and then kind of go into there, okay? So if you've been taking notes, or if you haven't, you're like, crap, I should have wrote this down. Now it's time to get back out your notebook and write these down. Okay, so how to relaunch, reboost, get yourself some momentum right now. Simple tool of mini sessions. People want them, people need them. There are probably, let me just being conservative, if you're from a small town, 10 to 20,000 families who need family photos and only 10 photographers. Do the math. Like, you are needed right now. You are needed. It's like retail. Hello, y'all just fell. Okay, there we go. Hires more people. You need to be a photographer right now in fall season because people need you, okay? So use mini sessions. Step 1, get out of your head. Do it anyway. If you've been out for a while or just now starting, go. Stop thinking, start taking some action. Those action steps need to be: set up a free shoot. Find someone that is somebody in your community. It could be a hairstylist. It could be like, what's the face people that like do facials? Like, who is somebody in your community that people might know? Your pastor, your, if you know, like your mayor or like city council member or whatever. Find somebody that people know. Number 2, 3, do not theme your session. Keep it generic. Find a beautiful location. We do not need watermelon minis. We do not need, this is to relaunch your business. You need a beautiful location and leave it at that, okay? So that you attract maternity, couples, families, seniors, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is because right now you're like, oh, I hate families. I don't want to do families. Like, mini sessions are all families. Book me. Here's the deal, guys. Those families have a sister that's pregnant. Those families have a niece who just got engaged. Those families have a senior boy who bonded and connected with you during the mini session. I booked, and I did my research before I did this. I booked, my goal was to convince 5 families. 5 to give me money to shoot their session. I did over 50. From those 50, I booked 4 weddings, 8 seniors, and 4 maternity sessions. Just from those 50, the people who were in them decided to rebook me again for a wedding, maternity, senior. Okay? This is why minis are a boost to launch or relaunch your business. Okay? Now, the second action you need to take, other than doing the free shoot and producing the product and service, is to show the process. Show what you're doing. Okay? This is just a recap of what I've been talking about. 5th and final thing, Daisy, come here. Y'all, this dog. This is live. Come here. 5th and final thing is to start low, your prices, and then slowly raise. Start low and slowly raise. This goes for if you're just starting out or if you've been out for a while, which you could be either one. If you're just in a rut and the summer was hard, you went through something crazy in your life and you took a break, start low and slowly raise. If you're like, Brittany, well, last year I was doing $125 for minis. If you've been out for a long time and you are out of the game, you have to kind of restart. And it's okay. It's okay. Okay? You're going to get back up there. So start low and slowly raise. Now I'm going to talk about raising your prices this fall. Daisy. Raising your prices this fall, okay? Again, if you don't have your pen and your journal, you might want to get these out. So this is how you can give yourself permission to raise your price, because as a creative business owner, this is one of the hardest things to do, because you don't value what you do as much as someone who cannot do what you do. So you don't want to put a high price or a high value on what you do because you can do it. Does this make sense? Other people value your stuff because they cannot do what you do. So here's what you need to do to slowly raise your price over the next couple months. Educate yourself, because if this is better than it was 3 months ago, that's a higher price tag. Like you've heard that saying before that like my mind is $1 million real estate. Like what you put in here, if it's better and wiser and smarter and more confident than what it was 3 months ago, that deserves a higher price tag. So workshops, courses, getting coached, going to retreats, going to a styled shoot, like learning something is going to allow you to raise your price. Okay. Second thing is experience. First education, now experience. You doing what you're doing makes you the expert at what you're doing. So the longer you do something, the more often you do something, the more you are the expert at that thing. This is going to require getting out and shooting. And I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. If people are not booking you, book yourself. You need to be so freaking busy all the time while you're launching and relaunching your business. If you're not booking, book yourself, because people will do what they see. If they think that you have shoots every day, shoots every weekend, they're going to be like, oh, so-and-so trusted her, so-and-so trusted her, so she did so-and-so's pictures, I'm going to reach out to her. So Daisy is eating a tissue paper from one of our orders that somebody's going to come pick up. It's fine. So if you're not booking, book yourself. If anything else, you're going to get marketing collateral. You're going to get practice on images. You're going to get social media graphics and images. Like, you doing free sessions eventually needs to stop, but it's never going to be a negative thing. Does that make sense? So if you're not booking, if you opened up 6 slots and only 3 of them booked, you call your best friend, your brother and his wife, and your sweet friend that's pregnant, and say, like, hey, I have 3 extra spots. Y'all want to come do a free shoot? There's nothing wrong with that. I've done it dozens of times. Fill in those spots so that the day of, you can be like, we have a sold out mini session day. I'm so excited to work with all these families. And we have someone who is 6 months pregnant, so we're doing maternity photos. You say you're booked out. They don't need to know that 3 of them are free and 3 of them are paid. Okay? So experience. The last thing is getting better gear. Okay? So 3 things that let you raise your price over the fall. Okay? We have education, experience, and getting better gear. When you can shoot with a better camera, when you get a better lens, that is up-leveling the quality of your product. And when you have a better quality product, guess what you can do? You can raise your price. Does this make sense? So once you do those 3 things, you set up some kind of system where it's like every 5 shoots, I'm gonna raise my price $5. Every 5 mini sessions, I'm gonna, raise my price $10, whatever it is. So when I was doing weddings, I'm like, how do I solely increase my price of weddings? Every 3 weddings, I increased my price $250. Because with every 3 weddings, I was getting that much more experience, that much more education, hands-on experience. I was able to get a new lens because I booked 3 weddings. So I was up-leveling my quality of my product and my gear. So this is how you do it. You first have to launch, get out of your own way and do the thing. And then you need to continue to educate, gain experience, and up-level your gear so that you can slowly but surely raise your price over time. And that's how you scale. That's how you grow. But you can't grow, you can't get here until you get here. Okay? So I hope this was a good training for you guys. I'm so sorry that it was not done in a professional, but I felt like a little bit more on fire today. I don't know with this one but so maybe it was a God thing. But I am really, really excited about you guys getting into the fall season. Those of you, I know a lot of you are launching your business for the first time. I know a few of you who are relaunching, and I'm really, really excited. Those who have been kind of who fell off in our back. I'm just really, really excited for you. So implement those things that we talked about today. This is not like rocket science or this is not, it's the hardest part is being faithful to that calling and stepping out. That's the hardest part. If you can do that, the Lord provides opportunity, clients, open doors, closed doors, because He's faithful. But you have to first be faithful to that calling. You have to be obedient to that calling. If this is something you can't shake and get out of your head, or if this is something is for you, but you've just been struggling, do this. Do what I just said in this training and just try it again. And then as you're taking action, pray. Right? Christy Wright says, work like it all depends on you and pray like it all depends on God. And I have taken that and I have run with it because God is not going to move and shake in your life if you're sitting on the couch not putting in the work. You have to first take the step of obedience and be faithful through the fear. And then from that, He is a big God and He's going to do big things for you. Big things. He is wanting to do that. He just needs you to do your part too. So I love you guys. Happy October. I'm so sorry that it was a few weeks behind October 1st. I had surgery. I'm going to be sharing about my surgery experience and what that was all about probably in a couple months. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a Q&A in here next weekend. So we'll do just a live Q&A and put that on the calendar for you guys. So if you have any questions, if you're struggling, we can do some more preaching, coaching, and talking through things. So excited for all you guys who showed up live. Hey, Monique, Rafi, you always get me pumped and inspired to keep going. Thank you. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, I'm going to stop this video. I'm going to re-upload it to your dashboard so you guys can have it for your October training. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon.